certain things happen that, and be able to look at them to see if a change need to be made. Right now, what is happening all over this country, there is no money. Right. There is no money.
That's right.
And we have to look at our cities as business. And it may not be popular. I look at the governor of New York and how he came forth this week and said, we can't do this anymore. We don't have any money. We've got to do something different. You know, we've got to cut some things. We've got to back up off some things. We've got to stop so much spending. You got to run the government like a business. You got to run government like you run your home.
That's right.
You can't take on more debt than you have money to pay for.
That's right.
That's right. Right.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't run your bills on who you friends with.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
You can't do it.
And
you can't run it on deals.
At this moment here, we're going to go to commercial. Wow. We're back to Brenda Gilbert, and I guess the town here hear her call. She is running against Adrian Mapp in November. And I mean, we were surprised, but we, you know, kind of figured that maybe this was going to happen. This was the underground talk, unbeknown, I guess, to you, you know.
A lot of people was hoping that it would happen. Now it's been confirmed.
It's been confirmed.
And I just want to say too that, you know, I'm not coming out here like I'm some miracle worker, because I'm not. It takes 4 votes on the city council to do anything.
That's the truth.
So somebody to come before you, and I want to make that very plain. People have to listen, and listen with a learned ear when they listen to politicians. People can come forth and promise you a whole lot of things. They can promise you that they're going to move the world from one place to another.
Yes.
But it takes 4 votes. I learned that a long time ago. Be able to count. You got to count 4 votes.
Okay.
But you got to be a person who's able to bring people on one accord to be able to get the 4 votes. Okay? And I think I can do that. I think I can talk with people and get people to agree on things that are good for the city to move it along.
And you know what, Brenda, that right there is very important, because so many people don't know that. People think that once you get in office that you have full control. Yes. So they don't know that you have to convince even those that's in the chamber of what your actions, and get them to come along with you. Most
right.
people don't know that right there. And that right there is very interesting.
That's why we get hooked up with some of the politicians that we do, because they promise us so much and we believe it, and then when they get in and don't do it, then we're angry.
Yes.
We're angry. But you promised. Yeah, they promised. They didn't tell you they was going to deliver on it, but they promised.
Right.
Exactly. Well, you know, Brenda, you've been working with Pop.
We have a call in. How you doing, George?
Okay.
How you doing, George?
I'm here.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the announcement that Brenda Gilbert just made?
No, I didn't. I missed it.
Okay.
Mr. Gore, you missed it?
All right. But Brenda, you go ahead and tell them again.
Well, Mr. Gore, I just made the announcement that I'm running for city council as a write-in candidate, as an independent Democrat, on my own line.
Okay.
Against Mr. Adrian Mapp.
Okay, I thought you were running as an independent.
I am.
No, I mean as a registered independent on the independent line, which would give you your own line.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay. Okay, I know you're an independent Democrat, but okay. But did you file a petition as an independent? Or you're running as a write-in?
No, I'm doing a write-in. We have missed the deadline.
Okay. No problem. That's a good thing. That'll at least make Plainfielders have to have something else to think about besides
Absolutely.
their hospital being dead.
Absolutely, and they'll have to learn a new process, but it's okay.
Yeah, she's ready to run. I mean, this has been, you know, the underground talk in Plainfield. What was Brenda going to do? And that's what we heard, you know. So it was I guess it's a good thing that she announced it now. I don't have to hear it no more. People call the Reverend asking me. I say, well, I don't know what they do. I have no idea what Brenda going to do.
The name of the program is The Town Talker. And the town has been talking, and now we can put that to rest.
That's right.
It has been made official.
Next stage. So we will be getting now. If the church was happening now, the Town Talker put a debate together in September. Will you debate Adrian Mapp?
I certainly would.
Okay, all right. So we got to get that confirmed on that part.
The question is, will he show up?
Well, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's one thing we do at Town Talker. We give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and he has been showing up too. And
I believe he would.
Yeah,
I believe he would.
Adrian, I believe he would. I don't think he would run. Okay,
George, when I asked you to give us a call in here today, their initial comment was that I wanted your opinion on the possibilities of us making history for the first time, electing a black man into office. But I need to remind you, we need to make this quick because I also have a tape from James Harris, from the state president of NAACP, speaking about Middleburg Hospital. So, but I really, I've always liked what you had to say.
Let me quickly comment on both. Middleburg Hospital's fight has gone. It's got to go to a different level. It's got to go to the courts. I said that 30 days ago. People were still in La La Land and didn't pay attention. The thing that they're looking at with Muhlenberg is something called assisted living. If you're not familiar with that process, it's an extraordinarily lucrative process. That's one of the things they're looking at, as well as the actual cash value of the building and the land. I think the final extent was that we weren't going to get 3 years on the license. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
Yes.
And I didn't think that they were going to give it when everybody was saying that. And I thought that was pretty much decided. That, by the way, that does not stop you from going to get the license back. Okay, just so we're clear on that. The lawsuit can do two things. One, you get an injunction to stop them from doing other things. The certificate of need, by the way, for the assisted living piece, has already been done. It was done 4 years ago.
Okay. Well, George, we're going to have to come back to you another time. Another time because we're going to got a tape by James Harris, and so we will talk to you probably in a few weeks as we try to see where we're going with the Middleburg.
We want to see you as soon as you come back. You're over at your conference.
Okay. All right. We got to go to the tape. Thank you. Okay, well, we seem to have a problem with the tape. Okay. Cut the tape. Okay, we seem to lost the tape with James Harris, so we'll probably get his comments again in a few more weeks. But the most exciting news here is that Brenda has been fighting day one with the Middleburg situation. So she's been on the front line, and I guess and I guess that was one of the things that persuaded you, but also the hearts of the people kind of went out for you.
Yes, and I heard what Mr. Gore said, and it needs to be known that the legal piece has been put in place. However, we need some of the government bodies to sign off on it in order to give it teeth.
Okay.
The appeal, the stay, and the lawsuit, all of that has been put together already.
All right.
Okay. And we just, like I said, need some of the government bodies to sign off to give it teeth. It is our understanding, we were told at our meeting on Monday night, it is our understanding that the Freeholder Board of Union County has agreed to sign off on that piece, okay, to go along with the Middleburg group. That would then give the legal piece that we had more teeth.
All right.
Okay. They have not as of yet signed it, but I understand that they passed a resolution to sign it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good news for us. Okay, a lot of people think that the fight is over. It's not over. However, like he said, the fight has to go to a different level.
Now, Brenda, I heard that someone, I believe it was Rebecca Kelly, suggested that you guys take this thing to the United Nations. Did you hear anything of that?
Yes, that was mentioned, and we had not finalized on doing that. One of the things about this whole realm of activity that we've done, it has gotten nationwide coverage.
Sure.
It has been printed up in the Washington Post in detail. And now I'm hearing on the television in various countries where they're beginning to talk about health care and the money's not being there, and people having to, the people having to get out and make inroads into other things in order to keep certain health care things going on. I was listening to The View yesterday morning, and they were talking about some things that they were talking about research, you know,
sure.
Having fundraisers for some type of research. So it is happening all over, and I don't know why our federal government is not addressing it. But it needs to be a real serious movement, grassroots movement from the people, a cry from the people to make our legislators, our federal legislators, address this issue. And so that, unfortunately, I've listened to Mr. Weiss, who is the chairperson of the board, state that they didn't want to do this, but the system has failed us. It has truly failed us.
Brenda, I understand that the governor was able to get a certain amount of money from the from Washington or toward the keeping of the hospital.
Yes.
What can you give us a comment about that?
It is my understanding that Assemblyman Green, along with his task force, is looking at this money. They're waiting for some other things to come down. I understand that the language has not been defined or refined for the application. So the application to apply for this money has not been made available yet, but I understand that he's moving in that direction. And so that we need to be behind him and moving to get that application done.
Be behind who?
Assemblyman Green.
Jerry Green.
And moving to get that application done. We need to move as a unified group. You know what I'm saying? We need to speak with one voice, because when the state looks at us, and we got 10 different voices,
sure,
moving in 10 different directions, they ain't saying, well, we don't know what you want because y'all are all over the place.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? So if we've got a common goal, then we need to be speaking with one voice.
And that right there is beautiful. Go ahead.
You know, and I like to reiterate with Brenda. I agree that we need to get behind our assemblyman right now, because Jerry Green has, you know, people say what they want to say about the man, but one thing, he has been successful into bringing monies into Plainfield over the years. And, you know, if a man is good at something, you know, let him be good at what he's good at. And let that man help get behind Jerry and support him as far as getting that money into Plainfield.
Okay, well, we at the end of the town talking today. This is the Reverend Zachariah A. Jackson. And I just like to say this right here. I go along with both of you. Let's get behind the Assemblyman Green, and let's try to get Assemblyman Green up here, town talking. Let's just iron it out and become one shield.
Yes.
May God be with you. Good night.
How you doing, Miss Karen?